I want to begin today's program by saying that there's a cost in doing business. And very often, when that cost is underestimated, the vision that you have to grow and scale your business is undermined. Now, in starting a business, it is so important to pause and really try to figure out the real cost of doing business. Now, there is a human resource cost, there's technical resource cost, and there's also the capital resource cost. Today, I will discuss the cost of doing business, but more so, I want to give you strategies that will help you to optimize your success in business, attain your sales objective. The concept, we call it the MVO, which is the minimum viable offer. Now, there's a smarter way of doing business because you can get into business, and if you're thinking about ways to save time, ways to save money, ways to reduce your stress level, because business can be very stressful, ways to increase your brand visibility, and by extension, increase your business potential to cash flow, well, I want to say you're at the right place, because the examination of the MVO today will really help you to form new and creative ideas in starting, scaling, and making impact with your business ideas, and also cash flow optimize. So let's begin today's program by looking at a definition of what is the MVO. Now, the MVO is a term that we have developed at Pitch Deck 101, Global Capital Inc., and 10X Branded and Marketing LLC out of New York. The term MVO means minimum viable offer. It can also represent your most viable offer, or it can also represent your maximum viable offer. Now, why is it important to understand this? One of the greatest challenges that we see many rising stars create for themselves is that they go to market with their maximum viable offer, meaning that they have multiple value proposition, and because they're all excited about their value offers, they tend to go to market with their maximum viable offer. Well, as I was established in the introduction to this program, there's a cost of doing business. And when you go to the market with your maximum viable offer, it is making more demand on you, more demand for human resources, more demands for technical resources, and more demand for capital resources. And as a rising star in business, you do not have the disposable income to cover all of your human resource needs, to cover all of your technical resource needs, and to cover all of your capital resource needs. So the smart way in starting and scaling and making a solid introduction into the market is to focus on your MVO. So in coming to the market, you can either come to the market with your minimum viable offer or the most viable offer. And this is what we call the 1 in 10 factor. So instead of going to market with 10 different product ideas, you're identifying the one product or the one service that you're going to go to market with. Now, that one product or one service, it could be targeted at your minimum viable market, meaning that you're targeting a market that might be the market that doesn't have massive amount of disposable income, but at least they have disposable income to spend with you, which means that they may not be buying premium products, but they may be able to buy complementary and supplementary brand. The most viable market, the MVO, means here that you're targeting high net worth individual, super high net worth individual who have that disposable income to invest with you. But in targeting these two demographic groups or target audience, you're going to market with one product. The fact that you're going to market with one product, it enables you to reduce the cost of doing business. It enables you to accelerate the speed of doing business. It creates the opportunity now where you have less human resources, less need for human resources to introduce your products and your services to the market. This also gives you a chance to target your market with more clinical precision, innovate products and services to achieve higher degree of impact, and at the same time gives you an opportunity, because you're targeting with clinical precision, you're making impact, you're now able to optimize client conversion and by extension increase your business potential to cash flow. And this all helps significantly in reducing the cost of doing business. So we have talked in the brief about minimum. Now, what exactly does the V in the MVO means? The viable. Now, in starting a business and going to market with your business idea, you don't want to make an emotional decision. A lot of rising stars today, they are making emotional decisions as they get into business. You want to make an educated decision. Now, how do you make an educated decision about the viability of your market? And you want to ensure that you're putting yourself in a position of strength where you're able to predetermine the viability of your market. And by this, what I mean, it means that before you get into that market, you want to be certain that that market is going to be able to cash flow. It's going to be able to cash flow. Now, viability means a number of things. It means, one, you're able to identify your target market. There are many rising stars in business. You go into the market without a clear understanding of who is or are your target market. You need to ask yourself if that is smart investment decisions, because you're investing your personal funds, or perhaps you are taking monies from financial institutions and you're investing it, perhaps like if you have a blindfold over your eyes, and that's the last thing that you want. You want to be able to predetermine the viability of the market. And how are you able to predetermine if the market is viable? You want to know who is your ideal client. You want to identify the market size, because it's only from market size that you will be able to predetermine the potential of that market to cash flow. That is what we call smart investment decision. Step two, you want to ensure that your MVO is aligned to your specific target market. Again, if you're getting into business and you're making an emotional decision, you don't know your target market, you're innovating products and services. How do you know if what you are innovating, if your value offer is aligned to the interests of the target market? So we looked at two things. You want to identify your target market. You want to know that you can access your target market. You want to ensure that your value offer is aligned to that target market. Now, as you look at aligning your value offer to the ideal client, you want to ask yourself also, are you reaching an urgent need? And are you reaching an immediate need of the ideal client? Depending on the urgency and the immediacy, this literally will influence the demand curve. Because if your products and services, they are not reaching an urgent and immediate need, the purchase can be delayed. All right, it can be delayed. And a delayed sale might never occur because you do not have any guarantee on when it's going to occur. And this again is another reason why we will always say, as a rising star in business, one of the smart investment decisions that you want to be making is to invest in data. Because when you have data, data literally enables you to unlock this type of information. So you're really able to make smart investment decisions, smart business decisions that's going to help you to make impact, optimize the business potential to cash flow, and win in business. So as you develop your MVO, your minimum viable offer, or your most viable offer, you want to be asking yourself, am I reaching an urgent need, or am I reaching an immediate need? And you want to be certain that you are clear. Now, another important concept for you to consider is, as you look at your MVO, your minimum viable product that you're going to be going to the market with, you want to ask yourself also, long before you start the production process, long before you start your visibility process, you must be asking yourself, is my ideal client have the ability to pay for my product? Now that they have the ability to pay for my product, do they have the willingness to pay for my product and services? Now, these are important questions that you want to be asking yourself. And in the absence of asking yourself these important questions, the possibility exists that you're doing business with a blindfold over your eyes, and that's going to undermine your business potential to cash flow. It's going to undermine you reaching the business strategic objectives. So I'm trusting that you're taking note based on everything that I'm saying here, and to recognize that the MVO, as we are introducing this to you, has tremendous benefits. All right. It's going to help you to reduce the time in launching your products. It's going to help you to reduce the cost of doing business. It's going to help you to achieve impact and visibility with a lower budget, because your budget is not spread on thin, because you're going to market with 10 value offer. You're going to market with a one, either the premium products or the supplementary and complementary brands. And doing it in this way gives you a tremendous competitive advantage, and it's certainly going to help you to reduce the stress that comes with doing business at some times. You know, business is a very exciting process, but I want to show it has its challenging moments. And having the right information is what is going to reduce your stress level and optimize your joy of doing business. And that is why we do what we do, because it's all about ensuring that you have the kind of information to help you to continue to make smart investment decisions. Now, what I want to do, I want to encourage you to reach out to us at Pitch Deck 101 LLC. We have produced a new book titled Master the Sales Communication Process. Now, Master the Sales Communication Process is not an ordinary book. It's a book that is going to give you a lot of information that's going to transform the way you do business. One of the reasons we have started this project is because we see 20% of business startups fail in the first year, 50% fail by year 5, and only 10% survive after the 10-year life cycle. For us, this was worrying because we are working with businesses across the world, and very often we see what is the reality on the ground. So we dig into this to identify those reasons why businesses are failing. And as we begin to discover those reasons why businesses are failing, we start to develop our system to help to reverse that process and increase the business chances of succeeding. It is very sad when we recognize also that, you know, as private equity investors invest their hard-earned monies into businesses, only 2 in 10 survive. They only get 2 unicorns. So 8% of the businesses that they're investing in fail. Again, that was worrying, because when private equity investors take monies and allocate it to you to grow and scale your business, in most cases, they're not taking their personal funds. They are leveraging their relationships with sovereign wealth funds. And sovereign wealth funds may be deposit that, you know, countries are depositing for, you know, immediate and, you know, short and long-term investment. They may be taking capital from pension funds and insurance funds. They may be taking funds from high net worth and, you know, super high net worth individual and allocating it to you for you to do your business. So we had wanted to develop our platform in a way that gives protection to private equity investors and also give the kind of support to business owners, rising stars in business. So when you take capital, it doesn't become a liability across the board. Again, this is another reason why we emphasize, as you get into business, it is important to take the time to understand financial instruments. Now, if you don't understand it, ensure that a member of your strategic tactical team understand this. Ensure that you have someone next to you that is able to master the art of capital access, because financial instruments, they are different. None of them are created equal. The next concept you want to learn when it comes to finance is how to, you know, leverage capital. There are many rising stars in business that you're accessing capital and you're leveraging capital in the wrong way. And all of this can be seen from the beginning. There are many persons starting a business, taking capital. You don't know your ideal client. You don't know the market size. You know, you don't know how to access your ideal client. You don't know if you're reaching an urgent and immediate need. You don't know if the ideal client has the ability and the willingness to invest in your products and services, but you take a debt to invest into your business. Not the smartest move to make. So when you want to make smart investment decision, you need to take the time to understand these concepts that we're talking about. Capital on human resource and technical resources, less capital on optimizing the brand visibility, reach, and impact. And that increase your chance of client conversion, cash flow optimization, so you can smile all the way to the bank. My name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession. I'm the director of private equity investment at Pitch Deck 101 and 10X B&M LLC out of New York. And feel free to contact me to learn more of what we do.